planning like a millionaire, even if you're broke. Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever sat in your room, stared at the ceiling fan spinning like it had more purpose than you, and boldly declared, "This is the year I get rich"? Then immediately binge watched an entire season of a cooking show while eating noodles straight from the pot? Yeah, same. We've all had those dramatic moments of inspiration. You know, the kind that makes you want to start a business from your bed or write a life plan on a napkin at 3 a.m. But here's the thing. Desire is not a strategy. It's the spark, not the fire. If you don't follow it with real action, it's just noise in your head, like trying to lose weight by reading recipes. And that, my friend, is where organized planning swoops in like a life coach with a spreadsheet. From wanting to winning. Let's get one thing straight. Everybody wants success. Not just the I can pay rent and still afford avocados kind. I'm talking about the sip coconut water on a private island while checking your investments level. But here's the kicker. Wanting isn't enough. That's like wanting six-pack abs while deep-throating a donut. Wanting is easy. Planning is the game. Success doesn't just happen to people because they wish for it really hard. No one ever accidentally became wealthy, unless they were born into it. And even then, they can mess it up without a plan. Real, long-lasting success, that's built brick by brick with a blueprint. The biggest difference between those who dream and those who make it? A plan. Crafted, tested, and adjusted like your grandma's secret soup recipe. The mastermind behind the master plan. Now let's talk about the mastermind. No, not a supervillain with glowing eyes and a cape. More like a crew of sharp people who actually want to see you win and will help you do it. Think of them as your personal Avengers, but instead of saving the world, you're saving your business, your wallet, and maybe even your sanity. This group isn't just about sitting around talking about the vision. It's about collaboration. Real, strategic, roll up your sleeves kind of support. But, and this is a big but, it only works if there's harmony. If your group is filled with jealous energy, side eyes, or people who flake more than a croissant, you've created a drama club, not a mastermind. And here's a little truth bomb. If you're not bringing something to the table, knowledge, effort, perspective, encouragement, don't expect to be served a feast. Give value, get value. Failure, the gym trainer you never asked for. Let's have a quick reality check. Your first plan will probably fail. Yeah, I said it. Not because you're not smart, not because you're not trying, but because the first pancake is always a little ugly. That's life. That's learning. Failure isn't the enemy. It's your boot camp instructor, the one that yells, "Do better," while you try not to cry. You're not alone. Countless brilliant people failed more times than they succeeded. The reason they made it? They changed the plan, not the goal. So when your plan crashes, burns, and takes your confidence with it, pause. Take a breath, then revise it, tweak it, rebuild it. That's what winners do. Success is like sculpting. You don't get the statue on the first swing. You chisel over and over until it emerges. Real leadership isn't a job title. Let's dive into a juicy topic, leadership. Everyone wants to be a leader until they realize it's 90% responsibility, 5% crisis management, and 5% pretending you know what you're doing. Here's the truth. Leadership isn't about shouting, bossing people around, or collecting followers like Pokemon. It's about guiding, building, and showing up, even when it's hard. There are two types of leaders. One, by force. You know the type. Power hungry, loves titles, treats employees like pawns. These folks burn bright and then burn out. Two, by consent. The kind people choose to follow. Trustworthy, empathetic, transparent. They don't demand respect. They earn it. And if you want to be that kind of leader, there are some traits you'll need. Courage, because tough decisions won't make themselves. Self-control, because throwing a tantrum in the boardroom is a bad look. Clarity, because vague plans create vague results. Empathy, because you're leading humans, not robots. Oh, and a pleasing personality doesn't hurt either. Smile more, it's free. Leadership pitfalls, aka don't be that person. Now let's roast some common leadership fails because laughing is better than crying. Can't organize details. If your system is 47 sticky notes and a vague memory, we need to talk. Fear of competition. If you sabotage your own team because they're talented, guess what? You're not a leader, you're insecure. Intemperance. That's a fancy way of saying you lose your cool too much. Breathe, take a walk, maybe meditate. Entitlement. Authority doesn't come from a job title. It comes from how you show up. Leadership is a skill. If you're failing, don't panic. Just recalibrate. There's no shame in growing. Market yourself without feeling like a used car salesman. Okay, let's get personal. You want to succeed? You're going to have to sell yourself. Not in a weird way, in a confident, professional, I know what I bring to the table kind of way. Here's how to do it without cringing. Know your strengths. If you can't list 3 things you're good at, you're not ready. Study your target, whether it's a job, an investor, or a client. Learn what they need before you speak. Craft a plan. Don't just say, hire me. Show them why. Show them how. Bonus points if you offer to work on probation. That says, I'm not all talk, I'll prove it. In a world of me, showing value, humility, and strategy stands out like gold glitter on black velvet. Work is a relationship, not a transaction. Let's flip the script. Work isn't just about getting paid. It's about mutual growth. The best workplaces aren't built like pyramids. They're built like ecosystems. Everyone contributes, everyone benefits. To win in this space, follow the QQS formula. Quality. Be good at what you do. Quantity. Put in the work. Don't cut corners. Spirit. Bring positive energy. Be the teammate people want around. When you show up with all 3, your reputation becomes your currency. People will want to work with you, refer you, invest in you. Self-sabotage. The subtle assassin. Let's talk about the things that quietly ruin dreams. There's a list of 30 major causes of failure, and if you read it without flinching, you're lying. A few highlights. Lack of a clear goal. If you don't know where you're going, don't be shocked when you end up nowhere. Procrastination. You said you'd start Monday. That was 13 Mondays ago. Bad company. Your friends should water your ideas, not drown them. Negative personality. If you're always the rain cloud, don't be surprised when people grab umbrellas and walk away. This list isn't to shame you. It's to spot the leaks before the boat sinks. Self-awareness is the first step to leveling up. Talk to the mirror. One of the smartest things you can do each year, sit down with yourself and take inventory. Ask, am I closer to my goals? Have I improved? Am I proud of how I handle challenges? You can't grow what you don't measure. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Even small improvements compound over time. One better habit, one clearer goal, one healthier mindset. That's how legacies are built. Opportunity is a two-way street. Last but not least, you don't need permission to chase your dream, but you do need a plan, a team, and a serious commitment to improvement. Success rewards those who serve others with value. That's the game. And here's the beautiful part. No matter where you started or how rough it's been, you can pivot, you can grow, you can rewrite your story. Your brain is your capital, your energy is your investment, and your plan, that's your map. So I'll leave you with this. If your life was your business and your plan was your pitch, would you invest in you? And if the answer isn't absolutely, what's stopping you from becoming that person today?